Now that all three next-gen consoles have been released, and in light of recent news, it's time to talk about the Wii U, and whether it's a success or already dead. I'm sick of so-called industry experts and professionals saying the console is dead, and that support should be dropped, because while I know the Wii U isn't going to be as successful as the PS4 or even the Xbox One, it's too fucking early to tell, simple as that. You know, early detractors of the PS3 said the same thing back in 2007, and said that Sony was dead because who would have guessed a $600 piece of plastic with no games on it wouldn't sell. The same console went on to outsell the 360, so fuck off and be reasonable, instead of blindly jumping to irrational conclusions on a console with a 7-year lifespan ahead of it. I will concede that the Wii U is in many ways a piece of shit, and not the console I would have liked, but there are some bright spots. Let's start with the bad things about the console, and the mistakes Nintendo made, of which there are numerous. First off, the marketing was abysmal. Nobody even knows the Wii U exists except for very few gamers. I work in retail, and this year we've sold 4 Wii U's, yet we were entirely sold out of PS4 months in advance. Everybody has heard of the PS4 and the Xbox One, even people who aren't gamers. But when you name your console the Wii U, you confuse casuals, your largest market since the Wii, by the way, Nintendo, since you stabbed adult gamers in the back, and essentially sprayed gamer repellent on yourselves since the word Wii will forever be tied to casual motion gaming and Wii fucking music. Nintendo hasn't marketed the Wii U. You never see ads on the internet or TV, and nobody even knew a new 3D Mario game released. The second shit part about the Wii U is the gamepad. I used the gamepad recently, and I fucking hated it. When you compare it to the masterpiece that is DualShock 4, you can't go to a bulky piece of shit that's nothing but a gimmick, and made sure that the console was botched when it comes to graphical power. Smart one, Nintendo. Though I will point out that the Wii U is not less powerful than the 360. That's fucking retarded, and if you think it is, then you need to be admitted, because you're insane. The third reason the Wii U is failing, and this is probably the biggest one, is that Nintendo's image is shit. Not Capcom shit, but pretty shit. When someone thinks hardcore games, adult games, and a shit ton of third-party games, they think PlayStation and Xbox, and even PC. When people think Nintendo, on the other hand, they think Mario and kiddie games like Cooking Mama. If you play games on a Nintendo console, the rest of the gaming community rides you off as a casual and not really a gamer, which is unfair, but that's the cold hard truth about Nintendo's image. Nobody thinks, I'm gonna play COD on my Wii U, or maybe some Assassin's Creed on my Wii U. Nobody. When I think Nintendo, I think a secondary console, and it's been that way since the PlayStation, released in 1995. Nintendo consoles have become secondary consoles to your PlayStation or Xbox, where those are for all the kick-ass multi-plats and some strong first-party exclusives like Halo or Uncharted, and your Nintendo is for your littered Nintendo exclusives like Mario or Zelda. In this economic climate, people aren't going to go out and buy a second console. They get only one. And when you have consoles that have killer multi-plats and some strong exclusives, where is the need to buy a Wii U? The Wii U would have been a good console if it released in 2009, but it's 2013 and gamers demand more. Imagine this, if you will. Nintendo releases a console with comparable specs to the PS4 and Xbox One. This means that third-party games would look awesome on this console, and you would be able to play all the Nintendo exclusives, which, let's face it, are phenomenal. What you would have is the best console ever. But no, Nintendo made the Wii U, and now they're in the shit. But I will say this, until the end of next year, you cannot say the Wii U is a failure. It's still in its infancy, and with some kick-ass games like Smash Bros. 4 coming next year, who knows how the Wii U will do. But for now, we need to face facts. Nintendo fucked up with the Wii U.